everyone, it's Jim T. Grant with RC Groups, and today we have the Anaconda. It just arrived, and I thought we would crack into the box and just look at some of the parts so you get an idea as to what you're going to receive in the mail when yours shows up. I thought we would start with the most significant part of the airplane, the largest and possibly the coolest part of the Anaconda, the fuselage. Look at this thing. So the top's held on with magnets, and the interior area is vast. So even the magnets are pretty vast. So in here we have a bag full of hardware, and then that is the size. It's like a shark's mouth. Stick your hand all the way in there. Air inlets on both sides. The battery tray has a screw in the front right here that allows you to slide the tray for CG. You can also take the tray all the way out if you need to get underneath it for some reason. And then on the front we have pretty cool. Now the question you're going to be asking is, how do I get this thing off? There's wood hooks up in the top of this, and then magnets. So you want to go forward and unhook the hooks, and then it comes off. So here's your removable piece that would hold your GoPro for a stable. You just hard mount the GoPro in here, or if you wanted to go with a gimbal or some other method, there are hard mounts under here, so you could just leave that off and fly like this. We also have an installed servo for your steerable front wheel. And then we have an indentation here where you could cut out for a downward facing camera. We also have our hard mounts for our landing gear. And on the back side, we have a very cool air inlet to cool your electric motor, which came installed on mine. Looks like I need to install some screws in here to get everything nice and tight. And then there's also an area right here where you can get into whatever it is you need. So if you wanted to put all your OSD or your vector or whatever that you wanted, you could put it right here and it could live back in the fuselage. And then there's also the ESC ready to go. And I'll just Velcro that down. So this is the fuse. Very massive, very impressive. We also get a sticker sheet. So here's one sheet. And then here's your snakeskin Anaconda graphic. I did already open the box just to get all the foam out, because I hate foam. And of course we have our landing gear, just very run-of-the-mill aluminum landing gear. I'm sure you could upgrade that if you wanted, no problem. And this is another interesting aspect of this plane. You know, I started out in the industry selling planes, and I had my own company, and innovation is kind of hard to come by because almost everything's been done, but this is pretty innovative. So here's the wing, a little winglet, and pre-installed servos. I don't know what this foam piece is. It appears to be glued, but it's in no way the same kind of foam as the wing, so I've got to think this is coming off. And then over here we have some interesting parts. One of the interesting parts is the forward flaps, and it also has rearward flaps. So this thing should literally fly slow and jump off the ground. And then another innovative feature is right here. This is where the boom goes out to the tail, and right here is basically a stereo plug, and then we'll talk about how this works. So you would slide your boom into these pieces and then just tighten it up. You're ready to go. And now check this out. So let's talk about another cool feature, and that is the boom. So this is one of the booms that's going to come off the wings. And the cool part is the stereo jack that's built into your carbon fiber tube going out to the V-tail elevator, inverted V-tail. And so here's your plug that your servos are going to plug into. So if you left all this together, you could literally unplug it from the wings, and you would have the front part of the plane and the back part of the plane, and you haven't had to touch a wire. And the stereo plug goes in and takes care of all that business for you. Very awesome. And now speaking of the V-tail, which is another innovative piece of the puzzle. Here's a half of your V-tail. Servos already installed, pre-wired, everything's in. And then what do we have? We have a hard mounting plate here with it looks like everything is done for you, which is awesome. And then this is going to be where your boom plugs into, and then this is going to plug into the end of the boom. So you literally can pull the whole tail off, the whole V unit, and take it, basically cut the plane in half without having to unplug any wire. Another aspect is the foam. It is super molded, very smooth, and not what I'm used to in a plane like this. I've got the Penguin hanging right up here, and this is completely different. This is a much firmer, smoother foam. I think that might be it. There are these pieces, which must be a part of the boom set. And then we also have a carbon fiber rod, which also has a carbon fiber rod inside of it. So this is probably an early unit. There's no instructions, and I guess I'm gonna have to work on that as I go. Here's the wheels and some wiring, some bolts, the wing bolts and all that. So this is basically what you're gonna get. Once again, this is a unit that came with the motor and the speed controller, all the servos. It looks so built that I can't imagine it's going to take very much time. I'm Jim T. Graham. Thanks for watching.